Hello. Guess what? We are having a little retroactive play with the old Woodland Woebringers, bringing them back out of retirement. Here's a quick look to how we finished up the season last time. I say last time, the only time they've played. Our team was relatively intact with the spare man. We don't have any kind of killing potential, apart from, I guess, the Minotaur. Yeah, we do still have Badger hanging around, who is doing some great work, and of course Bear is also a bit of a champ. But unfortunately, we are playing against dwarfs. Okay. It's not a ton to write home about here. It's just a lot of dwarfs. How many games have they played? Okay, not many. Similar to us. I wonder if they did a similar thing or if they're just playing in casual. Who can say? Yeah, I was looking through some of the teams that are in the Open League, and I can see why it's. I don't know if I don't even know if it's a good idea. Like, it's nice that you can bring teams into it, but there's some teams that have like 300 games, and it's just a team full of absolute doom. It's real nasty, some of the teams that are in here. I imagine there's like a ton more conceding going on in this ladder. But hopefully we have a good game here because we're not crazy killy, they're not crazy killy. We both have the potential. Okay, went for an extra reroll. And a bribe. Okay, they used all their money. That is potentially brave, although they got a big team. Oh, the bribe's to keep the death roller on. That's right. Did they need the extra team training? I guess it means that they can kind of one dice block with impunity. And in fairness, I didn't look to see how many rerolls they have, but they've played 22 games. They've got to have a decent amount of rerolls, right? Oh, I think we're playing at our own. Yep, we're playing at the Forest Edge. Back to the home stadium. So yeah, I was going to say warn, but I did say that I would try and bring these guys back to play a little more, seeing as were just getting them into the place we wanted them to get to when the season ended. So yeah, I'm living up to that promise, having had our Wood Elves play this season, and I thought the season was about to end, but it turns out it's still going to run a couple weeks, so it seemed like the perfect opportunity, seeing as our Wood Elves got absolutely dismantled. To, yeah, bring these guys out of retirement, play a game or two. I did really enjoy playing them in between the pain that we suffered. We ended up with a reasonable record, as I remember. Started terribly, absolutely horrifically. Okay, so Eagle Swoop Talon is our new guy. We probably want the Wrestle on, because Wrestle could be a really useful tool for getting the ball loose here. But does that mean that we are out of guys to put on the front line? Yes, it does. So I think Eagle is unfortunately going to have to step up here. I might put Weasel up there too, because his diving tackle and tail is not going to play a huge part in this, I don't think. Weirdly enough, Pigeon is a more dangerous player, so yeah. We're going to hold our Minotaur back. Oh, hopefully that's just a little blip. We keep Badger on, because although he's valuable, we do want that we want that ability to pick up the ball in case we can knock it free. Tackle could be useful, so we'll leave Rabbit on the back. I think he's our only tackler now. Juggernaut's nice in this matchup. If we can keep Stag on the field. No guarantees. I think that's about as good as we can do. Our team is has got to the point where you actually just can't really protect everybody. I'll do this though. We'll pop Moose in the middle and get Merlin out on the wing. Merlin was quite a recent pickup, I think, so the fact that he's still hanging around is... I mean, the fact that he's leveled up so quick is nice. It's been hard to keep a wrestle guy in the team. Okay. Hopefully their internet problems don't persist through. And we'll confirm. So yeah, they got nice Slayers. How much guard do they have? 1, 2, 3... Only 1, 2, 3... Boy, it's hard to count when they keep moving around. I'm only... okay, 4? 4. Okay. 2 of which are the Slayers, though, which it looks... I assume he uses them a lot by the fact they've leveled up so quick. His runners are not crazy. Does he... Hang on, does he have a second runner? 1... No, just playing with the one run... Hang on, he's playing a Longbeard back on reception? No. What's going on here? Sweltering heat could make things exciting. Oh, that's... that's like the perfect kick. That's incredible. Okay, so I'm sensing that then they're a bit of a newer player. Because that's... I mean, he's got 5 rerolls, but I think you'd probably move a couple things before you move that. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, the GFI didn't really do anything, so I don't think you would go for that normally. Okay, he does have a second runner. With Dauntless. Interesting. Okay, let's see how this death roll is going to play out. Has Mighty Blow, so... And it's worth remembering that it comes with Break Tackle, which is quite nifty. Gonna... Okay, he could go for the Dauntless, but he may as well move somebody in. Yeah. No need to tempt the Dauntless if you don't need to. Okay, so he's gonna have to rely on the Dauntless for the second hit. It worked for him, so... I mean, it should do. Now, yeah, he got the bribe, but he doesn't have Dirty Player and... I mean, apart from his Death Roller. Which some people will do that. It's not a bad idea to, you know, use the Death Roller as a killing implement for most of the first half, and then when you know it's about to get sent off, do a couple of fouls. Because why not? But with the bribe, I think you probably try and keep it on with the bribe and as many players as he has on the sideline. Because we're not really going to be removing people without some heavy luck. He has presented us currently with a runner we could hit. Our Claw... I guess if we're using Claw, it doesn't matter who we use. Oh man, I want to see if I can get the Minotaur over here. I'm not going to try and block with the Minotaur this time, but I think I'm going to try and get him in position as if we were going to. And I'm going to move some of these skills, I think. We're going to get this guy up in the hopes that we knock him down. Alright, nice. We can't jump up or anything, so we'll just knock him over. No dice really there. We'll move a touch this way just to protect over here. And we'll see if we can get the Minotaur over and try and, like, get him into a sneaky position for next time. So that he's in range for the sideline blitz and takedown there. I think we try to overwhelm this position with our own strength here. So that way I can get these guys up. And it's awkward to... He can get more guard in here to make it work if he wants, but it's not necessarily going to be easy. Put this guy around here to make it awkward to get assists. Yeah, I think I'm honestly pretty happy with that. Yeah. Let's go one this way. It's not like he can really... It's going to take him a while to get this ball down here, if he even indeed does. I mean, he's still got to pick it up with a long beard, which is... I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, the fact his Death Roller hasn't picked up any skills yet is nice. It might be pretty much brand new. Of course, his guard is... He's got one of his guards going after the ball, one of his guards here and one of his guards here, so he actually doesn't really have any guard he can bring over to help over here. So he's going to be relying on one dice or... yeah. Is he going to follow through with this? I think you just stay where you are, probably. Okay, that was brave. I mean, we don't have block though, so he's really just trying to avoid skulls. So yeah, we have to go for the push here, so he gets to go again. This will be on a 2 dice against again. Okay, so that kind of worked out for him. I mean, you can't mitigate for that. That's not worth doing. We can now block him ourselves though, so I guess that's the positive. Okay, that's... Okay, so he's given us lots of blocks, which is pleasant. Is he gonna red dice this all the way, all the way through? Because that could be annoying. I think at some point soon we try and get Badger through, because if he's not gonna defend this back, and he's not, doesn't seem that concerned about coming over and... Okay, he's picking up the ball now. He picked up the ball, but his movement is slow here. We might be able to slip through with some finagling. Okay, so where do we want to start? Here, here I think. Nice. That's the stuff. Is that moose? Yeah, it was. We need to do this one, but I'm not ready to do it yet. Could do this. What chance of going after this? 4. I'm strength 4. I'd need 5, 6, 7. I could theoretically knock this down, but I'd have to commit a lot to it. Or I could go after it with the Minotaur. That would be interesting. Yeah. We'll stay for the assist. Now we're going to hit here, so that we can provide a nice guard sphere so that this guy can block here. Okay, so we do need to do this. Let's pop this guy... I'd need to be here, actually. give our opponent a chance to get back. Looks like their internet is a bit on the dodgy side. Nice. We're going to follow on these because we want to keep as many guys tied up as we can. Okay, just a push isn't quite what we wanted. Okay, so we're on a 5, will be 6 with our horns, 7. So if we put this guy here, or if I put him here, I'm trying to work out how I can get 2 assists, but I don't think I can. So this is a bit dodgy, honestly. I hate doing things that are a bit dodgy. Yeah, there we go. So now we're going to be down to 1 dice for the second one. Okay, that's fine, honestly. Because we need to make a beeline for this guy. We need to put some pressure on this back line, seeing as he hasn't made any kind of attempt to protect it. Now, if he comes down here and does some wacky throw to this guy, and then runs down, well, what can you do? Oh, who was that? Oh boy. Okay, yeah. That can happen. This is what I mean about seeing how the death roller behaves. It also has learned... You didn't. He did, you know. Okay, so here's my prediction. Could be wrong, because he has had some internet problems, but the fact he just rolled double skulls and failed his loner makes me think that this is just a... I mean, it seems too early for a rage disconnect, but I think effectively it's a rage disconnect. So we just have to wait out these 5 minutes, unfortunately. It's a pity because this would have been... I mean, it wasn't looking like it was going to be a super hard game because they seem pretty inexperienced as well. The fact they were using a longbeard to get the ball is mind-boggling. And of course there was all the red dice blocks last turn. There was a lot of warning signs that they weren't super experienced. But the reason that you do this, you concede before you let the dice resolve, is that now if this gets injured, it won't get injured because we won't reach that roll, which is unfortunate, shall we say. I think you should have to, if you're going to concede like this, I think it should actually finish off the sequence, regardless of if the player's there. I feel like that would be the fair thing to do. Because I've had this a number of times back in the old classic open ladder, where people would just like, they'd be like, oh no, I've, you know, like I don't want to have to roll my apothecary dice, so I'm going to quit right before that. If it made you do that, people would probably concede less. Because they'd go through with the injury roll, maybe it wouldn't be as bad as they thought. I mean, honestly, the death roll is not like an essential part of this team anyway. It's a sort of novelty piece, which I like, but it's, you know, there's a reason you don't see it in most games. So, downside, we don't get a very long game. I don't even know. Let's have a look how long we've been recording. 20 minutes. Yep. And I had to wait. I probably waited longer for this game, being an open ladder, than I actually spent in the game. I think I had to wait for like 3 or 4 turnarounds of the spinning, because it's just a less populated place, and you can see why. I really don't know how to address that. I think either maybe they need to just say, hey, both leagues are fresh every time and you can't bring teams into them, or they need to just say, or they just need to, I don't know. Because it is nice to play your old players. They could just have like an old timers league where it's like a perpetual league that doesn't reset every time and people can just play their old teams, whatever. But still have like a casual ladder that resets with the competitive one, so that you can go into that casual one if you're just a player that doesn't want to have the sort of theoretical pressure of playing in competitive. Maybe you play against less competitive people without worrying about running into the kill teams. Which we are not. Despite having 2 players with Claw, we are not a kill team. If I show you real quick after the game a couple of the teams that I looked at whilst I was waiting for a game, you will see what I'm talking about that you can run into. But yeah, it's nice for these guys to have a league that they can jump into, but obviously if all you're going to jump into is either teams that are going to slaughter you and completely wreck your team, or teams that are just going to concede on you because they're like, well, you know, this has gone badly and there's no downside to quitting, so I'm just going to quit. We can see why he has an 11-11 record now. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those are concessions either for or against. I'm sure people have conceded against his team when it's gone badly for them as well. Just a minute to wait now. It's the weirdest thing to do. Like, why not just go to the concede button? What I can only assume that they've like minimized and they're just looking at the net or something, or they've gone off to get a drink or something, because they can't play the game. They can't go back into a spin. They're suspended on the game as well doing this method. I don't even know how you disconnect like that. Do you just disconnect your... I guess if you quit out the game it does this, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose just quitting out the game would do it. You don't technically have to disconnect. But yeah, it's just such a weird thing. So maybe they just fired up a different game. Maybe they're just like, you know what, forget Blood Bowl. I'm going to play something else. I'm going to play against something that's not going to beat me. Which I understand that feeling when you have a bad game, but still. Alright, our 6 minutes is up. Good job, everyone. You did great. You did great. We got lots of money now. Stag, yeah, for not filling that block. That was a bit of a worry there. You deserve that. Rabbit, it's good to have you doing this, because I think you were on our list as person to level up into a into our more, you know, our replacement for hair, right? There's nothing to look at here, really. I mean, there's so few dice got rolled. No level ups. How much is the next stadium? Because the problem is that yeah, it's 400k. Nobody wants to have to save up 400k to get to level 4. Because the problem is, let's say we got 130k in the next game, we're still playing this next game 120k over, so we're giving somebody 120k, and we probably won't hit that 400k next game, which means you're looking at being like 200 and something, but it's not a good system. If you could put this in a bank that you couldn't use or whatnot, if you could say, okay, I've got the 120, I'm going to make it so I don't use it for... I can't use it for the game, but I can put it towards stadium enhancements or whatnot, that's fine. You could drop down to 150, I could put that 120 in the bank and save up for the 400k stadium. I don't know why they don't have that system, because that would be... that would see a lot more cool stadiums if they did that. And you could even add, like... They could even add things in. They could even add stadium enhancements that don't actually do anything in game, but you would want to maybe buy, just to make it look cooler. Hopefully that's the kind of thing they do with Blood Bowl 3, because that would actually be totally something that would be fun. And hey, if they want to make it something that they make some money off, make it that you can either save up your money in game, or you can buy for like $1 or whatever. I don't even care. But yeah, so we're going to have to either throw that money away, or we could buy a 13th player. Probably not a bad thing, because let me show you some of these other teams. Let's just go to teams and look at some random. Okay, that's got a lot of. Nothing really looking too crazy. But then we look at this. Whew. This one actually isn't a crazy kill team. It has obviously the troll slayers are made into killers. That's what troll slayers do. But look at the leveling up on that, and look how many games they've played. A lot more than us, although not as many as some teams. I saw some with some crazy. How many of this Skaven played? That's more. It's more what we're looking at. So that's they've been around a long while. I saw some even crazier ones. I can't remember what they were though now. That's 100 and something games. Not as crazy as. Oh, that's a high team rating. Oof. This is a team full of mighty blow. This team is intended to wreck your opponent. Haven't been in business for crazy long actually. 2500 chaos. That's got to be nasty. Yeah, look at the claw and mighty blow on that, and look at all the strength ups. Oof. They got a beastman who's strength 5. Oh, that's their ball carrier. Oh, and agility. Oh, that guy's just horrible. Man, look at that record. That's like 50% because this guy exists. That record exists because this guy is just like a when you. I mean, strength 5, agility 4 with blodge. This guy has won them so many games. I don't know what his. Yeah, 23 touchdowns. Yeah. I don't know how I don't know how somebody hasn't killed him at some point. Here's a mean-looking team. Okay, they actually don't look, but look, they've gone all the way into claw. It's because you know you're just going to face other kill teams, so everybody kind of does the. You know, you have to do what everybody else is doing to survive. Yeah. Yeah, look, this is just like what most teams look like. Look how horrible that is. Even their Black Orcs all have their blodge. Look how horrible that is going to be to face. It's a blodge, piling on mighty blow, blodge piling on mighty blow, blodge piling on mighty blow, strength 6, mighty blow. I mean, it's horrific, and that's just the Black Orcs. Yeah, that team's been around a while. So this is what you can easily run into. These are the teams that play the most in this league as well, because they're the ones that kind of feel the safest. And I'm pretty sure a large portion of their games just come down to. Now that would be interesting to see. Where were those guys? I could be wrong on this. Concede. 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 Funnily enough, this team has conceded facing off against other teams that are messing them up. They conceded again there against another kill team. So this team just like basically the plan here is why wouldn't that let me? That's interesting. The game doesn't even exist. Whoa. It's not letting me look at these now. Yeah, for some reason, it might be because they're in leagues that happened a while ago. But I think you can see my point is that one team or the other just concedes, because whoever feels like they're the most bashy or whoever loses the first armor break just says, you know what, I'm gonna run into somebody else who I can beat up on. I'm not gonna hang around for this. Let's see. Okay, not concede. Fair play. Okay, there's a concede. Yeah, you just can kind of see how many... Okay, that must be in a previous... That's 2016. Okay, so that's an old team that's been brought back from a long time ago. But it's kind of what I was expecting to see. I want to find one of the really, really killy, horrible, mean, nasty teams. Because funnily enough, they concede almost as often as their opponent, because if they get a bad start to the game, that's kind of what their whole thing is built on, so if it doesn't go well, they just concede out instead. Oh, that's a nasty orc team, potentially. Yeah, I mean, a good variety of skills there, actually. I'm not just seeing Almighty Blow. But lots of losses, which makes me think that there's some conceding going on. Yeah, look how many concedes happen in this league. This guy played... okay, so how many is that in a row? That's 7 games in a row that somebody's conceded. 8 games in a row that either he or his opponent conceded. Then a couple games where they didn't. And back to the concessions. So this dude concedes a lot. So anyway, you can kind of see my point of the dangers of trying to play an open league. And why we ended up with that result. Yeah. And you can see why that other team that we looked at, the 85-5, I'm pretty sure if we looked at their results, like a huge portion of those are just people going, nope, concede. Because they just don't want to face it. It's unfortunate, really. I guess it's the advantage to playing in scheduled leagues. Anywho, thought I'd touch on that. We got to see the Woodland Woebringers out a little bit. I'm not going to go straight into another game now because I don't want to wait the 20 minutes for it to load back up into find another game. That was a nice, evenly late team value match, so I was looking forward to that. But alas, wasn't to be. Maybe we'll bring them out, but at least you saw them have one more little run out. And I'll catch you, if not before, I will catch you for the new season, where I might be playing Dwarfs, but I don't know. I might also be playing Norse, my arch nemesis. We'll see. There's a few options. Skaven are also calling out to me to play them again, but it's another fragile team, so I'm kind of... I don't know. We shall see anyway. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching this relatively brief video, and see you soon. Bye for now.